Hello, I am Melinda NailFanatic, and I am going to send out my personal notifications for those who have requested it. There is more information about that and everything else below this video in the description box. Thank you for stopping real quick and give this video a thumbs up. If you've been drawn to it, its messages are perfect for when you find it. It is a timeless reading, so if you find this years after its recording, that's because Spirit has a message for you, and it's in this recording, okay? So here we go. From Selena. Late at night when all the world is sleeping, I stay up and think of you. And I wish on a star that somewhere you are thinking of me too. 'Cause I'm dreaming of you tonight till tomorrow. I'll be holding you tight, and there's nowhere in the world I'd rather be than here in my room, dreaming about you and me. I wonder if you ever see me, and I wonder if you know I'm there. If you looked in my eyes, would you see what's inside? Would you even care? I just wanna hold you close, but so far all I have are dreams of you. So I'll wait for the day, the courage to say how much I love you. I love you too. I'll be dreaming of you tonight till tomorrow. I'll be holding you tight, and there's nowhere in the world I'd rather be than here in my room, dreaming about you and me. Corazón, I can't stop dreaming of you. No puedo dejar de pensar en ti. I can't stop dreaming. Como te necesito. I can't stop dreaming of you. Mi amor, como te extraño. Late at night when all the world is sleeping, I stay up and think of you. And I still can't believe that you came up to me and said, I love you. I love you too. Now I'm dreaming with you tonight till tomorrow. And for all of our lives, and there's nowhere in the world I'd rather be than here in my room, dreaming with you endlessly. Thank you, Selena. All right, and Hinamaro, kia ora. It's 9 a.m. in New Zealand. So thankful and grateful you're my first commenter today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's look at these cards. We got some messages to deliver today. For love, we have the word expect. Expect. What are you looking for? What are you expecting? As you give love, you should expect to receive love. You should be looking for, where is the love? If you're looking for love, you just might find it. Not necessarily in people. Sometimes it's in situations and circumstances. Sometimes it's in yourself. But if your focus is to look at love, if you're expecting to find how love is showing up for you today in your own energy, in your own experience, then chances are greater of actually finding it. They say be careful what you go looking for because you just might find it, right? Yes, be very full of care what you go looking for. We've said that many times here. For peace today, we have harvest. So that says that the peace is there. You just have to go pick it. You have to pick it. Just like at harvest season, the grapes are there, the apples are there, the cherries are there, the tomatoes are there, but the farmers then have to go pick it, right? You got to go pick it. So peace is available. We must harvest the peace. For happiness today, we have opportunity. There's opportunity here. Expect harvest opportunity. As a matter of fact, with the surprise at the bottom of the deck, I feel like expect some beautiful, magical opportunities to come into your life, which will allow for you to have experience that you've been creating for a long time, is what I feel. From the flashcards today, we have the sun coming out of the tarot deck. The sun is that power. That sun is that energy. It's shine. It's momentum. It's talent, skills, abilities. And it's pure positive energy. And it's love. The highest vibration of all is love. And the sun is that high vibration. The sun is here. For someone, this is speaking regarding your birth chart placement in Leo for someone's, not just one someone, but for many someones who are watching this. I'm hearing you have a Leo ascending sign, or also known as rising sign, or you have a Leo North Node. There's something that's being called forth from you at this time to shine. And with that sun card, I hear how much more boring the world would be if nobody chose to shine. You got to floss and gloss your talent, skills, and ability. This is what you have them for. The 8 paintbrushes are at the bottom of the flashcards. This is creative energy. Now, the number 8 in the tarot is also the number of strength, which the sun is the ruler of Leo, and the strength card is the card for Leo. That energy is coming up. The number 8 showing a lot of power for me right now. I feel like, is it a full moon in Gemini coming up soon at 8 degrees? I feel like I heard something about that. Something is at 8 degrees. 8 paintbrushes. Creating power, momentum, energy. These are like 8 of wands. A lot going on, activity. Movement, moving towards your shine. Move towards your shine, because surprise, you could get a harvest. You could get an opportunity in that. Do what you do that shines through. Shine, baby, shine. Shine your light as bright as you have ever shined it in your life. Now is the time to shine, shine, shine. From the major arcanas today, we have the moon coming to play. And I did just mention the moon, didn't I? Moon, full moon, I think it's in Gemini. I'm going to just Google that right quick. But full moon, 8 degrees, something. I remember hearing something about that. The bottom of the deck. So the moon. Hold on. Go back to the full moon. The moon here card. The moon dealing with cycles. This could be somebody getting some clarity about their cycle. Honestly, I'm getting some clarity about their cycle. Somebody's getting some clarity about their cycle, the menstrual cycle. I am talking about a woman in her menstrual cycle. There's a woman who has been having some issues. She's getting some clarity about her menstrual cycle. Somebody's menstrual is synced with the cycles of the moon. Very powerful. The moon is also about releasing. The moon is about issues from the past. The moon is about there's something that is outside of your awareness. The moon is about ending old things. It also says no. I feel like there's a lot of people learning to say no at this time. Okay, so I found the information I was thinking about the moon. The November 30th lunar eclipse. It's a lunar eclipse, the sun and the moon. There it is, lunar eclipse, right? Is at 8 degrees and 38 minutes Gemini. Okay, so something is coming up now regarding the lunar eclipse. It's coming up in our reading now. This lunar eclipse is on November 30th. Today is the 17th. So that's 13 more days from now. So I feel like lunar eclipse, that's big energy, big change energy. Okay. I feel like with the high priestess at the bottom of the deck, some of us are sensing this change and it's making people, I'm hearing antsy. Feeling this big shift of this lunar eclipse November 30th is making some people antsy. It's giving them, I'm hearing jitters. They're getting jitters. People are getting the jitters about it. Feeling compelled to release things. Feeling compelled to release things that are part of old cycles. Intuition is showing people what they need to release because there's this feeling that new stuff is going to be revealed, and it's true. There will be new things revealed. Thank you, water. Let's see what my download deck has to say about all of these energies that we're reading today. I mean, it's definitely a time to shine bright. So it's like anywhere where you've been hiding in the shadows, anywhere where and now I think of tarot in the shadows, anywhere where you've been holding on to energies that don't serve you well, it's really time to release them well. I hear there's a need to really not defend your vibration, but only allow that which allows your vibration to shine through. Because look at what we have coming out here too. Soul clap. Regardless of whether my hands possess or imagine, clap, yet my soul claps. When I wrote this one, I was so happy, but my hands were full and I couldn't clap. And then that made me think about people who don't have hands, which is why I said regardless of whether my hands possessed or imagined, in other words, whether you have hands or not, you're so freaking happy that there's a clapping going on and it's going on internally. Okay. They're showing me that I wrote down number 49 on this. Somebody is 49 years old. For somebody is the number 13 is coming. So for somebody, there's this number 13 in the major arcanas is the death card. So this is about a transformation. Also 3 in 1 makes 4. That's Emperor. This is about expansion. So surprises coming in for the expansion of your heart that are going to change your whole life. Okay. I'm going to work with the Osho Zen Tarot today, just like we did last night in the Tarot from the Shadows. If you didn't watch Tarot in the Shadows last night, boy, that was a good session. Now, let me tell you, towards the end, it got to be very much of a channeled message coming through at the end of the show. So it was about an hour-long broadcast. Man, it was really good. I want to thank Sherry. She was the one up with me at the weird hour. Of course, she's several hours away from me, so it wasn't such a weird hour in her place of the world, but in my place of the world, it was a weird hour. And I just felt compelled to pull cards and read, and so I did. And we pulled some beautiful messages last night, so take a chance to read those. And we'll use this Osho Zen Tarot. which made me want to use it again today. So I'll be using this today. And then for anybody who's sending their donations today, first off, I want to thank you all for stopping and giving this video a thumbs up. And for everybody who's watching, thank you for taking time to watch our donation for the day. Also, for everybody who's donating to the channel, may those donations multiply swiftly and return to you on the wings of grace in beautiful, magical, and happy ways. Praise. Okay, but if you're sending your donation in harmony with the directions below the video, then I will pull a message for you from the Osho Zen Tarot. And what I'm going to do for everybody today is I want to not only just channel what I get off of the card that that is pulled for you, but also I want to read from the book on your behalf, because this book has so much detailed information, and it's very beautiful and poetically written. Okay, very, very well thought out. And so that's what I'll be doing for anybody who's sending today. Now, Elo was the first to send a donation today of $20.70. We're so thankful and grateful for your donation. So we'll be pulling for you first, and then I'll be looking at my phone once I get through with this general message to see what Source wants to talk about with us today. So here we go, lovelies. Let's see. We're going to be pulling 21 cards. We're going to be pulling a 21 card salute spread. I hear 21 card salute. Okay. So here we go. I think I might need some more room here. Hold on. So what I'm pulling is a gypsy spread. It's a 21 card gypsy spread. I haven't used this spread in a long time. I was moved today to get my tarot journal that I've been creating. It's sort of like a tarot guidebook that I've been writing over the years regarding, it has tarot spreads in it and some of the messages that I've downloaded about meanings of the cards. So it's kind of like my own tarot handbook. At some point, I'll have it fully published for you. The bottom of the deck is compromise. Compromise is at the bottom of the deck for today. This is Six of Pentacles energy. In this deck, Pentacles, or the Earth suit, is represented by rainbows, which I think is beautiful because they're incorporating the different elements of creation, because really we know that anything is in the physical is actually a spiritual thing. It's not just physical. The physical is a side effect of the spiritual, right? So compromising is not going to help. And compromising could be a way of keeping yourself stagnant, confusion. In this deck, this card is very different than in the traditional tarot. I feel like these two people, they're touching pinkies, and it just feels very, they give me a feeling of not very trustworthy. Like they're up to something. These two guys are up to something. Okay. So let's go ahead and go into our first column, which is your current state of mind. Let's see what we have. We have intensity, control, and we are the world. In your current state of mind position, this is saying to me, things are picking up the pace. The energy is growing in momentum. And this energy growing in momentum could do with control influences of control. The we are the world. This is about connection. This is about matters of control that's affecting our whole society, the community around us. I feel like there's a huge momentum to break control. And I don't feel like this is just for one of us. I feel like this is like a whole lot. This is community. This is about all of us creating a connection. This is what we're looking at. Like, we're looking at creating connection, but certain control factors are coming to a head. Agents of control, systems of control. Oh boy. Your home life. Let's keep going. Your home life, moment to moment, breakthrough, and the dream. So there is a dream. I had a dream. But there's a breakthrough that says, you know what? Maybe I need to let go of that dream and just live moment to moment. Instead of, in regards to your home life, instead of focusing on a specific outcome, going moment to moment. And maybe somebody, I also see that, you know, going with the momentary flow, whatever it is in the now, is giving you a breakthrough about certain dreams that you've been holding on to. What is a dream? Okay, also, what is a dream? I hear an illusion. And when the moon was there saying more stuff is going to be revealed, right? So there's a breakthrough happening in your home life right now. And it could have to do with the dream. It could have to do with understanding information from a dream that you had that affects your home life. Okay. In your desires column, we have guilt, exhaustion, inner voice. Your inner voice is telling you, to let go of guilt, let go of exhaustion. You've overworked yourself by trying to maintain a status quo. You've been working. She works hard for the money. And it's like, get off the clock, enjoy life a little bit, free yourself, because your inner voice is calling you. You need to listen to this inner voice instead of doing what is expected of you out of guilt. Okay? So this is what you want to, your desires have to do with listening to your inner voice, which is saying, I don't have to follow a programmed, a community, a universally accepted way of behavior. I don't have to keep on the clock. I don't have to be on the clock. I don't have to work like this. I don't have to work like this. I can free myself from guilt. This is your desires. You want to let go of this energy that's got you in your head, feeling back and forth, feeling out of control. We talked in the first current state of mind, wanting to break control. Wanting to break control. And that it's picking up momentum. What you expect. We have the source, comparison, and consciousness. Look, what you're expecting. So consciousness, awareness, being in tune, comparison. This card came out in last night's reading. The oak tree does not compare itself to the bamboo. They're very different trees. The bamboo doesn't have leaves that turn with the seasons, but the oak tree does. The oak tree isn't hollow and lightweight, but the bamboo is. And yet the oak tree is happy being an oak, and the bamboo is happy being a bamboo. So there's an awareness of, hey, we all have our role to fulfill. We are all different and unique. That doesn't make anyone better or less than the other. It just makes them different. And all of it was designed by the source. So we asked you last night, I believe. Yes, it was last night in Tarot in the Shadows reading, to start your day with the affirmation, I am perfect. Because if you think that there's something wrong with you, you're in a state of comparison to another. And you were also in that belief that there's something wrong with you, be saying, you know what, God, yeah, you ain't nothing. You can't make nothing right because you didn't make me right. So either God made a mistake when God made you, or you're perfect. Make up your freaking mind. Are you perfect or are you a mistake? Because I think you're perfect. You may just be different, but you're perfect. The bamboo and the oak tree don't tend to grow in the same territory neither. Shoot, do they even grow in the same part of the world? There's somebody in the audience, either right now or in the future, who knows the answer to the question. But my mind, my intuition is saying, no, they don't even grow in the same part of the world. Does it make anyone less necessary or beautiful of a creation than the other? Absolutely not. Even look at the bark on them. Their surface is very different. One very smooth, well balanced. The other one is rough and sporadic. But you know what? They all come from source. And so there's an awareness, a consciousness growing. And what you're expecting maybe in your life at this time is an awareness to grow about how we're all part of a whole. We're all created from source, and we're all important and valuable. And we're all perfect where we're at. And it's like the higher part of you expects you to fully understand that and the implications of that in your life. Where are you in judgment because somebody is different than you? And where are you inflicting punishment on somebody or outcasting somebody because they're different than you? It's not that there's anything wrong with them. They're perfect. Or is it what you're doing to yourself? Judging yourself, separating yourself because I'm not good enough. No, now you're saying that the creator don't know what the creator's doing, yet created this whole exotic, beautiful, diverse planet filled with all these different life forms. In their perfection, they were created. Of course you're perfect. You're exactly the way you were created to be. What will surprise you is the next column. The burden, receptivity, and the master. Wow. Whatever burden has been there is making you receive information that's creating mastery within you. This is going to surprise you. Something has felt weighty. Something has felt burdensome. You're getting awareness. You're getting mastery. That intuition is being raised up. Your spiritual receptivity is being turned up, turned on. And it's a result of the pressure of where you're at. And they're giving me, it takes a lot of pressure to turn lumps of coal into diamonds. And that's what's happening. There's the lump of coal, burden. So this is what's going to surprise you is realizing that one fucked up thing that happened in your life, or that 20 fucked up things that happened in your life. How many are there? Who are you? What are we talking about? All of a sudden, you're going to get downloads with this receptivity. You're going to be opening up your intuition, your heart, to receive the understanding that's going to give you mastery over this situation. Once you get that, everything shifts in your life. And it's coming. So maybe you've been asking, okay, what was the reason for this season? What was the purpose of this experience in my life? Okay, well, quiet yourself. Get in receptive mode. I was reading about this receptivity card. They said, the download doesn't come from action. The download comes from receptivity. You want to allow that divine source energy to give you the solutions. The solutions come in on a receptive mode, meaning you have to be willing to receive. You have to be silent. You have to be still. You have to be open to receive. Not trying to put out, do, act. See, this is why men don't birth babies. Because that masculine energy is an active, forceful energy, making things happen. Go do something, go do something. The feminine is the receptive energy. She receives the egg. Through that, she creates. Now, likewise, in this here, what's coming out, there it is, the burden, trying to do stuff, switching from trying to do stuff to becoming more receptive, receiving solutions, receiving answers, receiving guidance, creating mastery. That's the surprise. Your soon-to-be future, what do we have? Sharing, courage, and the lovers. Look at that. Sharing, courage, and the lovers. So, soon-to-be future. You're going to, as you're sharing your fire, your passion, your light, your truth, there is courage. This is a flower that's growing in from the crevice of some rocks. So where it seemed like nothing would grow, it's growing and it's blossoming and the flower is there. And then I believe it was last night too, where we talked about, whatever stage of growth you're in, I believe it was a comparison card that brought it out. You could be a seed underneath the ground. That doesn't make you any less important or valuable than the full blossoming cherry tree. And you could be anywhere in between these. But the Lover's energy here is about bringing together two sides of the mind to work harmoniously. So the back and forth, the monkey mind, the crazy questionings, doubts, fears, insecurities, all that stuff can get balanced in a courageous way. It takes courage to bring these two sides of yourself together. The Lovers is a harmonizing of the divine masculine and divine feminine traits. So maybe for some, there's been too much fire energy, too much masculine energy, doing too much. And it takes a lot of courage for you to silence and just receive, to just sit still and get in a receptive mode so you could get in harmony with your solutions that are being given from spirit. There's answers, there's guidance, there's solutions. Sharing courage, sharing power with the Lovers coming up in the near future. Let's see what's the long-term outcome. The Creator, success, and the Miser. I feel like this Creator is King of Wands energy, okay? The sharing was Queen of Wands energy. Their success in what you are wanting to create and putting your energy towards birthing comes full circle, and you create it successfully. And then there's a Miser. Look at this person in their face, the way they're looking at your success. Somebody is pissed off about your success, and that's okay. Because in this energy, we realize like we don't have control over them. They're different. There's somebody here who's having a hard time coping with the differences. Everybody's not here to fulfill the same role. We have the ones who are the stars creating the shows on the television, and we have the ones that are watching the stars on the shows on the television. None of them is greater than or less than the other. They're all fulfilling a role. We have the spiritual teachers and the spiritual gurus, and we have the spiritual students. And the spiritual teacher knows that he's always a student, I'm just saying. But at the same time, everybody has a role to fulfill. These roles are going to be fulfilled successfully. Somebody is coming into the realization in the long term, like reserving my own resources instead of feeding illusions, created a breakthrough that allowed my success to come in. When I realized that I'm perfect and I don't have to compare because if you think you're imperfect, again, you're comparing yourself to somebody else, you're comparing to something else, and that just creates more burden. And taking the boldness to just grow where you're at, taking the courage to just grow where you're at gives you more to share. And you're creating an energy. Let me just get I want to pull some oracle cards over this. Let's use the wisdom of the oracle. I set up a new setup for my tarot cards again. I had recently redesigned my tarot card storage area and realized that I still needed more storage space because I have so many cards. And it's like one of these days I'm going to have a whole library of tarot cards. They're going to have to be alphabetized. Anyhow, let's see. What are the messages for us today? Let's just go show us. Let's look at this as a two-party situation. The two-party situation could be you and another. The two-party situation could be you and yourself, you and your family, you and a group dynamic. You're showing up with the orphaned energy, feeling left out. Have you been feeling left out ever? Have you ever felt like you're the only one, you're the lonely one? Let's see the other side of the combination, the connection, orphan, and then the connection is observer. It's disconnect. Okay, so somebody, there's some abandonment issues here, some left out in the cold issues here on one side, but yet what's mutual is we're supposed to be learning to follow our intuition. We're supposed to be learning from the lessons of the past. Now, on the other side of the table, we have, and somebody's feeling this is their complete experience. Flexible is on the other side of the table. So the ability to be flexible and shift and change and bend. Compromise is showing me compromise at the bottom of the deck. They said not to be compromising, but that's the energy that's coming through. Let's see what Love Source God wants us to know about this. What is Love Source God advice? What Source God wants us to know about this, please? This is somebody's experience. Okay. So while things are changing, somebody's feeling left out. What Source says is soulmates. This is soulmate. So somebody is dealing with, as somebody's going through changes, there's a feeling of abandonment, of feeling orphaned, and peace is the bottom of the deck issue. So for somebody, this is about living in the energy of peace, creating peace and harmony for yourself. Let's look at the romance angels, and let's look at this as definitely as a romantic connection using the romance angels. Hold on, here we go. Romance angels. Again, we'll want to look for two parties. We're looking at two parties. Okay, let's see. On the viewer's side, on this side of the table, we have stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Stay optimistic about your love life on one side of the table where somebody is feeling orphaned. Maybe they're feeling like, you know, I got to stay positive about this and pray. This girl is making an offering to a statue. So I feel like somebody's praying to the gods or praying to Source for assistance with this relationship where they're feeling left out. On the other side of the table with the word flexible, what do we have? With the word flexible, we have unrequited love. There is not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So things are changing. Somebody's realizing like this connection is not working. Okay. Oh, no. Hold on. That one goes here. Ah! That goes in the observer. Somebody's observing. Okay, so it's not often that I put a card in a position and I put it back, but they very clearly corrected me. The second card goes here. Observer. Somebody's observing that this is an unrequited love here in this connection. Now, the other side of the table with flexible. What is the romance angel message that goes with flexible, please? For someone, we're talking about a situation that started in 2019, wedding. The other side of the table, wedding. This situation involves marriage. This person wants marriage, or this person is already involved in a marriage. This person is already married somewhere. Okay. Soulmates. Love Source God's advice. What Source wants us to know. Consider, think about with soulmates. Let's see what card goes there with the soulmates, please, and thank you. Thank you. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Soulmates. This is a soulmate for you, which means it's going to challenge you to grow and expand your ability to love. Okay. The bottom of the deck is very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Decisions need to be made very soon. Peace is at the bottom of the deck. I want to know past life energies for each side of this as well, past life energies, because there's a difference here in these energies. There's not a flow. This is not in a flow. There's some resistance here. So on this side, with orphan and stay optimistic about your love life, what is the past life energy here? What is the past life energy that's affecting the situation on this side of the table, please? And when I say past life, this could have to do with like literally a past life, or this is like, oh, you know how, okay, so who I was in my teens is not who I am in my 20s, was not who I was in my 30s, and now I'm in my 40s. So I've like lived 4 lives, okay? So however that works, okay? So Celtic. Whenever I see this, so somebody has past life with Celtic, this Celtic religious beliefs, but I also, that cross gives me like religious influences. On that side of the table, wedding and flexible. What is the past life influence over here? What is the past life influence in this situation for that side? Okay. We have love life. So maybe this is a past life connection that goes back to a Celtic era. What is the past life connection energy? What happened to these two in a past life, if it's past life, or what is it they're bringing that is in common? Okay, we have persecution and inquisition. Persecution and inquisition. So yeah, in the combination, there is definitely some difficult struggle energy with that persecution and inquisition coming up over the connection. So either this is from the past in this current life that seems like, oh, so long ago, you know. The bottom of the deck is wisdom. Look at, there's a unicorn there. So wisdom, this relationship is set to bring out wisdom. And somebody over here, religious beliefs holding somebody back. Over here, love life, replaying love life traumas and difficulties going on. I want to use the Moonology deck over each of these positions as well, and just see what else we can gather about this experience for someone. All right, on this side of the table, it says, you are good enough, full moon in Virgo. So this is part of the thing. You have to know you are good enough. Abandonment issues were there with the orphan card. Abandonment issues came into play. Now, on the other side of the table, what is the message? What is going on the other side of the table in this energy? What is going on the other side of the table in this energy? Conclusions are within reach, full moon, eclipse. And again, they're telling me I'm supposed to put this one in the middle, not on the other side of the table. So it's like, keep wanting to jump to the other side of the table before it's time. And they're like, you keep trying to go to make it somebody else's fault, somebody else's issue. It's not, it's yours. Oh boy. Okay, now we're back to the other side of the table. So that's the connection. Within this connection, conclusions are within reach. So whether that's an understanding that, hey, this is an unrequited love, we can't do this, or hey, I understand how I've been unrequiting the love because I'm used to persecution and inquisition, and you know, maybe I'm going to make some shifts there. Now, other side of the table energy, surrender to divine full moon. This person is kind of just going with the flow of what the spirit shows, what they're guided spiritually, what Love Source God wants us to know about this connection. And this is more of a place of advice. We have soulmates, and it's safe for you to love. So let's see, add to this, please. Love Source God, what do you have for us about this experience for my viewers? For those of us who are in tune, don't let your past hold you back. South Node. Oh, it's safe for you to love. You are soulmates. Don't let your past hold you back. Balance spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. It's a need for some balance here. Needing to find balance in this. Okay. So I already mentioned that our first reading is going to go for Elo. Thank you for your 2070 donation. And then once I'm done with yours, I'll be checking my phone to see if we're complete or if we have more for today. What I'm going to do, as I promised, is I was going to use this for you. I'm going to pull a card for you. See anything that comes through me on my own, and then I'm going to read from the book for you, okay? So Elo, Love Source God channeling, Elo, angel, ancestors, and guides. What is the most important message for Elo at this time? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So thankful and grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What is the perfect message? Thank you for Elo at this time. The bottom of the deck is change. This is a Wheel of Fortune. So there's change coming in your life. Okay? Huge changes. Ending old karmic cycles. But let's see what your message of focus is. Ordinariness. This is Eight of Pentacles energy. And its keyword is ordinariness. We have a woman who's out in the garden, got a sun hat on, just got a basket, picking up some flowers to go put in her and her flower vase in the house. Let me just see what the book has to say about this for you. I wanted to read from the book because the messages are so beautiful, but also this helps me learn what the author and the creator of these cards was channeling when they created them. So let's start with the commentary. It says, hold on, let me hold this where you can see it while I'm reading about it. Okay, it says, this figure walking in nature shows us that beauty can be found in the simple, ordinary things of life. We so easily take this beautiful world we live in for granted. Cleaning the house, tending the garden, cooking a meal, the most mundane tasks take on a sacred quality when they are performed with your total involvement with love and for their own sake without thought of recognition or reward. You are facing a time now when this easy, natural, and utterly ordinary approach to the situations you encounter will bring far better results than any attempt on your part to be brilliant, clever, or otherwise extraordinary. Forget all about making headlines by inventing the latest widget or dazzling your friends and colleagues with your unique star quality. The special gift you have to offer now is presented best by just taking things easily and simply one step at a time. Sometimes it happens that you become one in some rare moment. Watch the ocean, the tremendous wilderness of it, and suddenly you forget your split, your schizophrenia. You relax. Or moving in the Himalayas, seeing the virgin snow on the Himalayan peaks, suddenly a coolness surrounds you. And you need not be false because there is no other human being to be false to. You fall together. Or listening to beautiful music, you fall together. Whenever, in whatsoever situation, you become one, a peace, a happiness, a bliss surrounds you, arises in you. You feel fulfilled. There's no need to wait for these moments. These moments can become your natural life. These extraordinary moments can become ordinary moments. That is the whole effort of Zen. You can live an extraordinary life in a very ordinary life. Cutting wood, chopping wood, carrying water from the well. You can be tremendously at ease with yourself. Cleaning the floor, cooking food, washing clothes, you can be perfectly at ease because the whole question is of you doing your action, totally enjoying, delighting in it. Elo, this is giving me the energy of when I got irritated because nobody else was washing the dishes in the house. Nobody was cleaning the kitchen, and I was stressing and I was irritated and I felt like I was doing too much. And I said, okay, how can I shift my perspective about this? Excuse me. So while I was washing dishes, because I had asked the question of how could I shift my perspective about this, I began to find myself in a place of gratitude that, oh my goodness, I have all these dishes to wash because all my children have eaten healthy food. They ate good today. We have dishes to wash. We have a sink to wash them in. We have plenty. And so that perspective shifted my attitude towards the ordinary things that we do all day long. Now, we can use those ordinary things we do all day long in our energy and our focus towards them, the way we speak about them, the way we feel towards them, will make them a blessing or a curse. And they will affect us in a blessing or a curse. You know, we don't have to do something fantastic and glorified just to be in glory and bliss. The point of glory and bliss is to make everything that you're doing glory and bliss. And we have the capacity to do that. We have the ability to tap into why this is a blessing. Why is this beautiful? Why am I grateful that this is what I get to do again? Okay. So, I feel like this energy, anywhere where you're embodying this energy, or maybe you'll begin to embody it more after this conversation, it's shifting. I feel like you've already gone through a major shift and you've kind of begun to do this already. Maybe this is just giving you more ideas, right? It's like, I'm so thankful and grateful that I get to mop these floors because my children have been playing on it. I love the fact that I have floors for my children to play on. I love the fact that I've got enough floor space here for the kids to run on. And I really do love watching them play. It delights me every day. And this gives me something to do. I'm not bored. It's something that's needed. I'm thankful and grateful for this ordinary thing that I'm doing. Because you could be in a whole nother experience with so much excitement and just wishing for ordinariness. And they're saying somewhere out there in the world, while you're tired of the everyday thing that you do, somebody else is wishing that that was their everyday thing to do, and that they could switch from their everyday thing to your everyday thing. Because people tend to do that, tend to want what they don't have. Okay. So, with all that being said and done, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so thankful and grateful for these messages, for your time, for your energy. Until next time, sending you blessings of love and peace and happiness. Laters.